What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Forever Self-Employed channel, Quote IQ, all about pressure washing. In today's video, we're doing a Q&A. We have an announcement on the front end of this as well. So hang out with us. It's going to be great. And Mike's actually saved a secret surprise for the end of this video. So watch until the end if you want to be dazzled. How's it going, Mike?
It's going good. It's going good. How are you, sir?
Oh, man. It's another day in paradise. It's beautiful.
Yeah, my house is quiet. All the kids are back to school.
Okay, wait. Pull your mic up to you, Mike, because I don't know. You might be on the wrong one.
Can you pull the mic up, Mike? Hello?
No, yeah, you're on the wrong one.
I'm on the right one.
All right, everybody hang out. Technical difficulties.
No,
okay,
it's perfect. It's perfect.
A little bit of a weird start on this one, right? Mike was eating as we got started, and I was trying to catch him in the act, if you know what I'm saying. What is that, a Kind bar, Mike?
Yeah.
Dude, Bright Power Wash. I think we talked to him today, right? Is that the same guy?
Yep.
Funny thing, this guy's last name is Bright. He named all his companies after his last. I'm just kidding. His last name is not Bright.
Which is funny. He actually just texted us too.
Okay, wrong. You're still on the wrong mic, but Barry from Little's Pressure Washing. We live. You better believe it. My phone started talking in my pocket. I pulled it out, and it was your live stream. I mean, Barry, I think that's a sign from above. You know what I mean? That you're here and you need to be here. You know what I mean? I'm actually finishing a roof, and house wash in my pocket was talking to me, and it was Mike. LOL.
Barry, I apologize.
That was a scary situation for Barry.
Awkward and weird.
Okay, your mic still is not on, Mike.
Come on, yeah, it is.
We'll figure it out. Funny thing is, we talked to Jason, right? Jason from Bright's Power Wash. He got the How to Wash course, and he says he uses it to train all of his employees. He's trained 30 different employees using it. So pretty impressive stuff. And we will be billing him. So with that, invoices in the mail.
Okay, does that sound better?
That's better. You got it now.
Okay, good.
All right, sweet. Now that Mike is done fumbling with his microphone.
I'm done eating. I'm done drinking.
Okay.
I'm done fumbling.
Okay, we have a little bit of an announcement. We are going to be doing a class, me and Mike, if you guys ever have been interested in, not necessarily in person because it will be virtual, but if you guys want, to be on calls with us, ask us questions about your business for us to kind of dig into your business and figure out what isn't working, what is working. If you're somewhere in your business right now where you feel like you've kind of, hit up against a glass ceiling and you want to break through that and you have goals that are bigger than where you currently are at, that's what me and Mike are doing. We're putting on a class. It's going to start next Tuesday. So if you're interested, it'll be the first link in the comment section description, but I'll let Mike, tell a little bit about what it is too.
Yeah. So I think calling it a class is kind of a disservice. It's an 8-week program where we are going to do a deep dive into your businesses, your marketing, your systems, how you're operating. And we are going to dissect. We are going to look to see where improvements can be made, what you can do to, increase revenue in the business, increase, lead flow, all of these things that are, the most important things in running a business. And so essentially that's what it's going to be. We're going to do, one-on-one live calls, and we're going to hold you accountable. We're going to give you guys homework. This is not free. This is not cheap. This is not for everybody. So if you're somebody that, forgot that you don't have any money, don't bother filling out the form. And again, this is for people that are serious about their business, about growing their business, and they want to invest back into themselves. And so that's what this is all about.
So if you want to spend some time with me and Mike one-on-one, video calls where we're looking you right into the eyes, where we're dissecting your business, going through the ins and outs and whoa, double Justin. And basically helping you to fine tweak everything so that we can get the most out of your business. If you're hitting that glass ceiling with regards to leads, with regards to you're not landing the jobs that you want to land, you're not getting in front of the right people, you feel like maybe you're using lead services and you feel like you're way too reliant on those, all of those things is the stuff that we're going to be digging into and helping you get past and basically taking you to where you want to go. Our biggest goal is we want to help guys like even double their business because we're going to lay everything out with regards to what me and Mike do. So anyway, if you're interested, first link in the comment section description, check it out. It's going to start next Tuesday. So not a lot of time. Mike recently got a Whoop. Mike, can you give us a Whoop review?
Yeah, it's super cool. My son got one and I was like, hey, that's super cool. and it basically does like monitoring of like all of your vitals and health and sleep and everything else. And so when you're a gentleman of advanced age like myself, then you need to be more cognizant of all of those key indicators of life. So that's why I got it. But no, it's super cool. Like it connects to your phone and like I look at it in the morning and I'm like, oh wow. And what's really wild though is like I didn't realize this, and I will say that I am not affiliated in any way with Whoop. I bought it and it, whatever. I pay the monthly or whatever annual subscription for it. But it's super cool. But it told me that I am awake usually an hour and a half every night while I'm like in bed. So I go to bed probably too late. It says that I should go to bed at like 9:30 and wake up like at 7:30, which is absolutely insane. I get about 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep every day. And that's not optimal, but that's how I operate.
Did you say 4 to 5 hours of sleep a day?
Yeah.
Like, that sounds fucking terrible.
Well,
Or
no,
do you have the dogs in the bed or anything? Are you one of those people?
There's not enough hours in the day to get everything done that I want to. And I look at sleep. It's such a freaking waste of time. Like I hate having to sleep. I wish that I didn't have to sleep because then I would have 24 hours to get, to be proactive. And like my wife, she loves to sleep. She's taking a nap right now. But to me, it's just such a waste.
Mike, if you didn't have to sleep, you would technically be alive for like 20 or 30 more years longer than everybody else. Imagine what you could get accomplished.
That would be amazing.
Okay, we're gonna answer our first question here. If you guys got pressure washing questions, leave them in the comment section description. I will say this: we do all these Q&As on here whenever we do. I don't know, you can call it a boot camp if you want, whatever it is, where we're diving into your business, dude. We give it all away. Okay, if you guys have taken the courses, you know how good it is. You can only imagine what else is behind the curtain, if you will. So first link in the comment section description is regular Walmart bleach mixed 50-50 that good for roofs?
Well, I don't know what regular Walmart bleach is because I've never bought bleach at Walmart. We've very fortunate that we've always had places here locally that you can buy, the professional grade SH. Depending on what you're getting at Walmart, like they have, I can't remember what it's called. I see it like people talk about it, something essentials, pool essentials. And I think that's a pretty strong bleach that you can buy in big box stores. I don't know what the percentage is, but that's what you're looking at. You're looking at what the bleach, the sodium hypochlorite percentages in bleach, and that's what determines the strength, right? You can go to the Walmart or Kroger or wherever, and you can buy bleach that's like 3%, and that's what you put in your washing machine. We buy 10.5% from L&H Industrial here in Savannah, and that's super strong. That's ideal. And we cut it 50-50, and then it is great for roofs. If you're buying a 3% or even a 6% at a big box store or Walmart, and then you're cutting it 50-50, you're going to have it's going to be like a 3% mix at best. So I would find a local, supplier of industrial chemicals and start buying it there.
And then whatever it's rated for on the bottle, like if the bottle says like, hey, this is 6%, you really need to knock off some percentages because you don't know how long it's been sitting on the shelf for. You don't know how long it's been packaged for. So, the best case scenario is to really get yourself out of this like beginner phase as quickly as possible. Obviously, we all start there, right? Like I started with a pump-up sprayer, just spraying, houses. Like that was the beginning for me. And then we moved to XJet and then, downstreaming and then, proportioners, all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing is, in the beginning, if you got to do your first couple of jobs this way, do them, but focus on putting that money back into the business. Too many of us want to make the money, but we don't want to invest back into the business, and you'll never scale that way. You'll just kind of always be like.
We were just talking to a guy yesterday or day before, and he was interested in doing the training program that we were just talking about, and seemed like a relatively smart guy. He was making decent money from what he told us. I don't know how accurate that is after, we talked a little bit deeper and got into it, but, he was like, yeah, I'm struggling finding customers. I'm struggling, with repeat customers. He was struggling with everything. Right. And then we told him how much it cost to have 8 weeks, one-on-one deep dive. And he said, yeah, man, that's not, I'm not interested. And we were like, is it a price thing or is it a value thing? And he's like, it's a price thing. Like, I don't want to pay. And then I start thinking to myself, well, you just told me that you've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G wrong in your business and you don't know how to fix it. We do, yet you're unwilling to, put a
It's an
dollar in to get $20
unwillingness
back
to
out.
invest in himself. He
Yeah,
won't.
thanks for interrupting me.
Well, Mike, that's my favorite thing to do. I get a little bit. Look, guys, I don't apologize. I was gonna say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Sometimes Mike puts me right to sleep. Okay, with the monologue. Just kidding.
Justin gets very sad sometimes, and he actually writes me like handwritten notes and mails them to me. And he's like, Mike, when we go live or we're just talking, and you sound so intelligent and so smart and so articulate, yet
was like, "Come on,
I
kid."
feel like you're outshining me in every way possible. And I say, I read these and I laugh at them, and then I show them to my kids and my wife, and we all laugh at Justin.
That's really good. Mike is actually trying to dress up like a GI Joe today, and that's why he's wearing green up top. You can't see his pants, but he doesn't want to show you it's tucked in.
They're tucked in. I've got a belt. Hey, I've got my shirt tucked in. I'm wearing a belt and like khaki shorts, and I'm gonna go film a quote IQ video running down the road.
Mike actually has those boots where he tucks in the bottom of his shorts into the boots too. So
honestly, if I stood up right now, I would get arrested.
wow. Well, we love our servicemen. This is not the one of them, but dude, like Mike's also afraid of guns, and so he's got a holster right now, but it's got a banana in it because he doesn't. Okay, Mike, don't put guns on this live stream. Okay,
Are you not allowed to?
I don't think so. Because this is it's not safe for work. Okay, self-employed moron is here. Sup, guys? Hope all is well. What's up, man? We appreciate you being with us. Okay, but
That's like your little brother.
Wait, what?
Self-employed moron. You're forever self-employed, and he's self-employed moron.
That could be my brother. I don't know. Some of you guys have found my brother's channel. He's actually on YouTube. He talks a lot about trash can cleaning. If anybody's interested. Okay.
The channel name is Justin's little brother.
But to go back to this comment, though, it's an unwillingness to bet on yourself. And I'm not saying that this person's in that situation, but guys find themselves there. They start making a little bit of money. I think this guy was doing it as a side hustle, the one that Mike was talking about. He was making, decent money, but you get to a point where you reach that glass ceiling, and he didn't know what the next best move was. So at that point, it's really like a knowledge thing. It's where's my gaps in my knowledge. This is something me and Mike talk about all the time. I always point the finger at myself. Like I never say, okay, why are we not doing better? It's what do we not know? What is holding us back from being better? And that's why,
Yeah, and it's cost us a lot of money.
It's worth it though. It was worth every penny.
Oh, it is.
If you could find somebody that had information that would double your business, I mean, dude, like you'd be an idiot not to pay for it, right, Mike? Like,
well, yeah, and that's what I was saying when you so rudely interrupted me. Was like people are afraid to put $1 in to get 10 back, right? Like it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't. And I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything, right? It is what it is, right? The people that are going to be the most successful are the people that are not afraid to put in the hard work to invest. And this shit is not easy, right? And there are tons of channels out there that they kind of propagate the idea that, this is easy. You can make, $10,000 every day or whatever, door knocking or, do whatever. This is not easy. Do not let anybody fool you. And yes, I'm on YouTube. Justin's on YouTube. We make content all the time. And honestly, like, I think we're real in our assessment of what it takes. Like, it is not easy. You will not succeed unless you are dedicated and you put in the time, the effort, and you gain the knowledge, whether that's through personal experience, you just get out there and do it the hard way, or, you shortcut the learning curve. There's lots of ways to do that. You go work for somebody, you shadow somebody, you find somebody that can mentor you. These are all things that are invaluable to, not rapid success, because I don't, there is every once in a while there is rapid success. And I talked to a guy the other day who had rapid success, and it was insane. Like my jaw was on the ground. But for most of us,
let's give a teaser to what that was. This guy grew $1 million wash business, and he started in March. Okay, now, oh, you can't hear me? Wait, what? Mike, quit fucking with me. Mike, are you fucking with me?
No, you're muted.
Testing. Dude, stop playing. I'm not even muted.
Can anybody hear Justin?
I think it's because you have your thing muted. Can you guys hear me?
Anybody hear Justin?
I think it's because testing. Are you being
Oh,
serious?
okay,
Mike?
yeah, you're right.
Okay. Okay, this I can hear Justin. Okay. This guy built $1 million wash business from March until today. What was it? Like 4 months, Mike? Something like that? Like
Yes.
absolutely incredible. We can't give the secret away, but we will inside of the training program. So if you guys are interested, 8 weeks. Somebody comment bright power washing commented. So what's the price to rent Mike V's mind for 8 weeks? Come on. I mean, that thing's like a seal vault, but I don't know if you guys want to know what's in Mike's mind. It's not good. Let's be honest with ourselves.
No, there's a lot of stuff that shouldn't come out.
So anyway, first link in the comment section description if you guys want to check that out. Biggest thing is we've bet on ourselves time and time again. We've spent money on advice that wasn't the best. You know what I mean? It didn't really move the needle for us, but we still put down the money because it was an investment, right? Sweet. And I appreciate you guys letting me know that you could hear me. Mike likes to mess with me sometimes. So.
No, what happened was it went from speakers to AirPods, and the AirPods are in my pocket. So that was, I thought that you had hit mute.
Right. Peaches says that she's my biggest fan. I appreciate that, Peaches. Okay, so let's jump back into it. I think we had a couple other questions. This is a really good question from Billy Bob. Billy Bob says, I have a window cleaning business, and I wanted to know, should I start trash can cleaning as well or focus all of my attention on window cleaning?
I am a big fan in diversification of the services that you offer because that gives you more opportunities to sell to more people. It also gives you the chance to cross-sell, to upsell. And so if you're a window cleaning business and, pretty much everybody that has windows also probably has trash bins. So it's they go hand in hand. I also think that, and not so much with, this is just kind of business in general, that you need to focus on the things that make you the most money, the things that you are the most efficient at, that you can do the fastest, that make you the most money, right? Those are the things that the main focus should be on. Grow those as much as you can. Then, is probably the time to start looking at other things. Master something, add on something, master that, add on something. But no, I would definitely recommend doing a couple different services.
I talk about this every single week, right? Guys getting this singular mindedness of focus of like, I'm just starting a pressure washing business. I got the blinders on. I can't see any other ways to make money. At the end of the day, when you're starting a service, your main goal, your main objective is to offer value in return for money. And so if trash can cleaning offers you another way to offer value to, your window cleaning customers or, whoever else you're servicing, then I would say, I'm all for it. Maybe once you get to the level of like where Mike's at, where you got so much lead flow, you got all this pressure washing lead flow coming in, like it wouldn't be a good idea for Mike to start adding on like other smaller ticket services, unless he got slow. And that's when it's like, okay, singularness of focus. But, when you're in the beginning stages of your business, I think too many times guys are like, I'm only doing this. I'm only offering this one service. And it's like you're closing yourself off to all these other customers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, Mike?
No, I mean, look at any retail store in the world.
Right.
They sell lots of stuff.
There you go. Just look to retail stores. Okay, who else we got? We got our buddy Todd Ketchell with us. Invest in yourself. You can't go wrong with these boys. Quote IQ. We really appreciate that. If you guys haven't checked out Quote IQ Cam already, it is on the App Store and Play Store. It's live. It's a tool that lets you capture all the pictures of the job. We have forms on there, pre-inspection, post-inspection, upsell forms, whatever forms you want to create, they're on there. As well as the best before and after pic taker you guys have ever seen. We'll have a demo of that coming up. We're still making a couple of tweaks to it, but it is live, so you guys can check it out. We just want to make sure all the T's and I's are dotted and crossed before, we put it out. We actually showed it last week, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who else we got? What is your favorite flavor of deli meat, Mike?
I'm a big fan. I only will eat boar's head. Everything else tastes terrible after that. And I love boar's head turkey, honey roasted turkey. I love their mesquite chicken. It's delicious. And I'm also a big fan recently of the London broiled beef.
Wow.
Dip that in a little horseradish sauce, and it is delectable.
Mike, I had no idea that you had such a diversified palate.
Yes. I've got quite a palate.
The palate on this guy is
It's
insane.
quite impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep our palates to ourselves if we can, Mike. Sarah, I think it says Sarah. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah,
Sarah,
Miss Ortega.
Miss Ortega's with us. She says, "How can I join the program?" It's going to be the first link in the comment section and the description. 8 weeks with me and Mike going through your business, dissecting everything, giving you a step-by-step game plan, homework, following up with you every single week, looking you in the eyes and saying, "Did you do what you were supposed to do?" So
Miss Ortega.
another thing is like we found that a lot of guys, like there's so much information on the internet that they're like, I still don't know what to do, right? Just because they're information overload. So if you're somebody that needs a guide, needs a map, needs, some people to hold you accountable, that's what it's for.
Well, it's information overload, and it is also a lot of bad information.
Right.
And then you got to kind of weed through what's good, what's not. And there are a lot of, like there are people out there that are promoting various services that they offer. And some of these are not very good. And I've seen time and time again where people are like, man, I saw this guy, or I watched him on YouTube. I bought his $25 course, or I hired him to do my, my ads. And it was terrible. It was terrible. And so,
odds are it's going to be terrible. That's why.
Yeah.
So guys always still try to go the cheap route, but that's just a good rule of thumb, right, Mike? Cheap is terrible.
Cheap is terrible.
Okay, sweet. We do appreciate having a lady in our presence because this is typically a man-dominated live stream, so we appreciate you for hanging out. I'm starting a power washing business, have had great results in the job I've done. I'm leaning towards an industrial power washing truck fleet and industrial power washing truck fleets, factories. How can I stand out to such industries? Okay, so this guy's wondering how he can get work doing like industrial jobs and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same with all customers and how you acquire any customer. And you need to put in the groundwork first. The foundation has to be set. You need to have a Google business profile. You need to have insurance. You need to be licensed. You need to have, especially with industrial, they're gonna be requirements beyond what somebody that's just doing residential might be required to have. And so with that being said, do the foundation first, which is building your business, being searchable. So if a manager or somebody from the facilities manager needs something done, they're going to Google it because that's what they do unless they've got some previous contact. And hopefully you pop up, hopefully you take the call, hopefully you respond, hopefully you show up, provide an estimate, build the rapport, and get the information extracted that you need in order to provide the estimate that will eventually be accepted. That's how you do it. How do you stand out? You're a professional. You give professional, when you talk to them on the phone, you have to command. You got to have a command, be in command of your presence. You need to be the authority. You need to be the expert, and you need to give them the confidence that you are able to provide them with what they are looking for. And if you're, if you don't have the confidence and you don't have, the wherewithal to go in and speak intelligently and confidently to these people, you'll never get anywhere. So those are some of the biggest things. How do you get in front of them? I don't know. I mean, do this, but you could go to every industrial supply, warehouse, who's own the FedExes and the UPSs and Amazon, the people that have the fleets, find out where those are. And we've actually got some crazy good strategies that we only teach in our group that will give you exactly who you need to get to, how to get to them, how to find them. And it's absolutely remarkable.
Mike, I didn't listen to a single word that you just said, so I might repeat a couple things, but how do you get industrial work? You go where the industrial people are looking for workers. And that's stuff that we're going to be talking about, obviously, in that 8-week deal. And then it's not enough to be where they're looking, right? Because they'll typically need at least 3 quotes. It's how do you stand out amongst those 3 quotes? And how you stand out is, like Mike said, like professionalism, obviously presenting yourself in the correct way. But a big one is asking the right questions. And if you don't know what questions to ask, you're going to be in big trouble.
Extracting the information that you need in order to secure those jobs. I mean, I went and did one yesterday. And it was honestly, it's almost like taking candy from a baby. And, everybody's whining and crying that it's so slow, July, August. And yes, it is. This is every single year. You're going to slow down in August and July. It is what it is. But like, we're not, and we've got I've not been confirmed, and nor do I count my chickens before they hatch, but like I'm quite sure that I will secure this job, and it's probably, depending, she's going to give me some feedback when she gets a couple other estimates, but probably a $40,000 $35,000 job. I quoted it high and was told that I would get the feedback and I would be told where I needed to be, because I know the questions to ask.
There was a point in time where we quoted a job, and we know that we were less than other people quoting, and the company that selected the company, they were like 10 grand higher than us. And at the time I didn't understand why, until me and Mike started diving into some of the things that he likes to ask and say on site. And it's a complete game changer. I actually taught Chris some of those things. He ended up landing like a $90,000 deal with UPS, either that or it's 6 figures. I can't remember. So anyway, if you guys want some of those tasty treats, you know what I mean? Check out the first link in the comment section description. Billy Bob, what higher ticket services would you recommend besides window cleaning and pressure washing?
Roof washing first and foremost.
Easy. And that's pretty much the gamut. I mean, gutter cleaning, but that's not high ticket. Like, you want to make sure that you're diversified. Obviously, that's why we have Quote IQ to kind of see where. Yeah.
I mean, I think roof cleaning, obviously, that's super high ticket. And then, like, it doesn't have to necessarily be high ticket, but if it's consistent, if it's route work, dumpster pads, restaurants, stuff like that, those are the ones, Billy Bob, if you're into window cleaning, that, the route work is very consistent. So those are the things that I would look at.
The biggest thing is just to be diversified, right? You don't want all your eggs in one basket. I think Mike's told the story a couple of times how he got into hard times with around 09, right? Because your business was so heavy into commercial. Like, it's good to have both residential and commercial, and each one has different upsells. Commercial, we could do line striping. Residential, we can do windows, gutters, roof, driveway, all the other good stuff. So be diversified and offer things and advertise to the things that'll obviously make you the most money. Jack Grimaldi says, Mike, should the other services be complementary to the primary service, or could it be a whole other thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a complementary service. And we call it options, right? It's basically an options estimate. You're giving them a menu, if you will, and you're saying, hey, here's the menu. What would you like? And that's what an options estimate is. That's why we built it into Quote IQ. So you can present your customers with a whole host of services that you offer, in hopes that they say, oh, I didn't realize you did this, this, or this. And yes, I do need this, this, and this. And if they've already got a price, that's awesome. So you could do standalones, or, offer the entire menu, if you will. So I think that answers your question.
I'm going to answer this one in a different way. We just did a job. I actually just did a video on it. It was how to make $2,000 a day roof washing. If you guys check it out, it's the most recent video on my channel. But on that particular job, there was so many things that we could upsell to, because this house was like in disarray, if you will. Like, all the bulbs around the house with regards to like the security lighting were all missing. We could have replaced those. There was like an outlet that was like hanging out of the wall. If we were an electrician, we could replace that. There was like a communications wire that was like hanging down. We could replace that. If we did landscaping, their landscaping was abysmal. Like, they had a shed outside that was so full of shit, it looked like they needed somebody to come in and remove it. So like, you can offer, I would say this, if you're new to business, right, and you get on somebody's property and they have all these things wrong with it, offer every single thing in the book that you can, right? It doesn't have to be just specific to washing, because you want to make as much money with that customer as possible, because, you don't know where the next one is coming from, or, at least in the beginning of your business. So I would say it definitely doesn't have to be complimentary, but yeah. So what do you think, Mike? It's pretty good?
I think it's pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, sweet. Mesquite chicken is really good.
It is.
Okay. Tiff's been working on her Italian sandwiches. She's been like doing
Mm.
some crazy stuff with them, man. They're really good. It's like being a deli over at my house.
Okay, dude. Chicken cutlet, pounded out, super thin,
Right.
right? Balsamic, mozzarella, thick, real like mozzarella, not like bag mozzarella cheese, but like
Right.
thick mozzarella. Amazing. But it's
Have
got
you
to be
made
like
this?
an
You haven't
authentic.
made this, I'm like.
What?
I said you haven't made this recently. You're carb
No,
free,
I
right?
don't. I haven't made that recently. God, but it was so good. Well, back when I used to travel a bunch, there was a place in Palm Coast, Florida, and it was called Coletti's Italian Deli, and it was the most amazing sandwich ever. And every time I would drive by, I would stop and get one of those sandwiches. Oh my God!
Wow, I love it. I feel like I can taste it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tiff that goes all out. She like even pulls the inside of the bread out. I don't know. She does a
Oh,
bunch of crazy
nice.
stuff. Okay,
Little.
so bright power wash, roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, dumpster pad cleaning, dog walking. That's what we say, right? Dog walking, shrub trimming, window cleaning, like whatever you can offer, like offer it, make the money, right? Because it costs money to acquire customers. It doesn't cost money to upsell them. So upsell them everything. So much misinformation on the internet. Completely agree with that. So many people posing as if they have really successful businesses and they might not be that successful. Hey, Mike, I hate sleeping too. What things are you doing that allows you to sleep as little as possible? Diet, vitamins, exercise. Let me first say from our lawyer, our legal team just texted me. This is not medical advice. It should not be used as medical advice. I would never take medical advice from Mike, even though he is a dietitian. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Mike.
I am not a dietitian. No, so I have been on a low carb keto diet for about 2.5 years, 3 years, and I exercise every day. We run, we bike. During the summer, for whatever reason, I can't motivate myself to get in the gym and like lift, and I think it's because all the kids are home. But once school starts, I get back into the gym. So I'll add that to my regular routine. But no, I don't take any vitamins. I take, very, very little in the form of medicine other than what is prescribed to me by my doctors on account of dying a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, I don't. I say sleep as much as possible. That's what I try to do. Like I
No,
get
I
no
know.
alarm. Like,
Oh, I know.
yeah, I try to sleep as much as possible. I'm a sleeper though. Like if I don't get my sleep, then like I'm practically not useless, but we're leaning that way. So yeah, whatever, Mike. Fuck you. All right. Do you feel you need any? Do you feel like you need a differentiator to stand out amongst the competition?
I kind of feel like we answered this as far as professionalism, how you carry yourself, the way you speak, the confidence that you have, presenting yourself as the expert, the authority, so people feel, like they trust you because they should, because you are all of these things, right? And I also believe that building rapport with customers, at least initially, is something that's for me. It's commercial where I excel in that. Residentially, everything is automated and electronic. There's no relationship building there other than the brand that we've built in our area that ranks high, hopefully is recognized by some just from trucks for 20 years in the business with the same logo, the same branding. That's how you differentiate yourself, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, what do you think, Justin?
Well, he said, do you need to? And I think you absolutely need to. There's so many people that say, like, pressure washing is oversaturated, yada, yada, yada. Well, it's not if you know how to place yourself, right? You
Yeah.
place yourself where the right people are looking. And then when you go out, you separate yourself from the competition, from the things that you say, the questions that you ask, the way that you hold yourself, the way that you present the quote, right? All these things, all these things that we put into quote IQ. You quote fast, at least on residential, and you make a good impression on commercial, right? So completely agree. You have to you have to be able to diversify yourself from, your competition. Jack, if you have a business, man, let us know what kind of business you have in the comment section below. We'd love to hear it. Or if you're just thinking about it, either way. Let's see what else we got. Feel the fear, do it anyway. I like that. That's pretty good. I always find it helpful when I'm feeling the customer to assume wrong and they correct you at the right price and it makes them feel good. I don't know about this advice. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what it means, first and foremost. But Jeff, Hefe, we appreciate you for hanging out with us. Okay. Billy Bob, what do you ask and say? If you want to find out, me and Mike are doing a program together, 8 weeks with me and the big guy, face to face. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be first link in the comment section description. I don't know if you can access. You think they can access the description on a live mic? I'm pretty sure they can, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you can't, just email us, support@quoteiq.io, and we'll hit you with a link, but the link will be live after this call ends. Bright Power Wash says, this July and August, we crush and triple from last year. Just did our marketing ahead of time and planned accordingly. Okay. We talked to Jason today. Super bright guy. You could tell that he's really on top of it. There's certain people that have certain characteristics of what I call killers, right? Like they're guys that are going to be successful no matter what. Jason's one of those guys. He actually has 3 different businesses, and you can't be a killer unless, you can master one. He's got 3 of them. Right, Mike?
Yep.
And there's certain guys like that. Like Todd Ketchell is one of those guys. Like one of those guys that will learn anything that he needs to, implement anything that he needs to, become whatever he needs to, soak in all the information that he needs to in order to be successful. And that's why they're hanging out with a lot. Michael Dill, Chris the striping guy. Hello from Walmart. T-baby. Chris the striping guy, another guy, always soaking it in, a student of the game, right? Absolutely. Just did my first roof wash yesterday.
Attaboy, Josh.
Round of applause for Josh. Round of applause for Josh. I install motorized pergolas and recently offered to wash them and landed 2 jobs washing them twice a year.
Heck yeah.
Awesome, man. It goes to show, right? You're on a customer's property. They have an issue, a problem. You're able to solve that problem in return for money. Right, Mike?
Yes.
Does this have potential? Washing pergolas. One of the things that you gave yourself a competitive advantage by doing work for this customer. I could tell you wanted to say something really good. But you gave yourself a competitive advantage over your competition. We just talked about competitive advantage by doing good work for this customer already. You already built rapport. They already know you. And so when you offer another service that can help them again, they're going to be really quick to hire you, right? So that's a benefit. That's why when we say you're on site, you do a good job, you offer everything so that way you can get the most. But go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, I'm interested to know if David works for a company that installs pergolas and then he's side hustling the cleaning. That's all I was thinking.
Okay, beautiful. Jack says that meditation helps. Mike, have you ever done any meditation before?
I don't know if I call it medication. I think I call it passing out.
Okay. I had a buddy that he used to call passing out meeting the wizard.
Yeah.
And he made it cool. And I was like, dude, one time I almost passed out. I was telling him a story. He's like, dude, you almost met the wizard. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, if you own it, then it's all yours.
I try not to meet the wizard because it's not fun. I know what that feels like. Anyway. Okay. When knocking doors, how do you overcome we already have a guy?
Oh, I don't knock doors, but I think I've been in sales my entire life. And so, that it's not just a door knocking question. That's a response that you're going to hear in lots of different scenarios. And again, this is where your ability to sell and to convey the value that you offer is the critical component of the result of how this is going to come about, right? So we've already got a guy. Okay, sorry, go to the next house, right? Is that okay? Well, so when was the last time your guy was here, and were you happy with the results? Let him talk. Is he licensed and insured? Or because I noticed, when was the last time he was here? Because I noticed this, and this. There are little things that you can do, but that's just an objection that you're going to hear. It's the same with I got to check with my wife. I got to check with my husband. I got to, wait till whatever. There's always going to be objections. And so you just got to figure out the best way for you to overcome those objections by conveying the value that your company provides and how you differentiate yourself from their guy.
Anytime you get an objection, there's two reasons why. Either they don't see the benefit in paying the price, or they don't see the value that you have to offer. So we can either lower the price or we can raise the value. And so when they say, we already have another guy, you say, well, is it a price or a value thing? Because obviously your windows need to be cleaned and I'm here, right? And they'll say, well, your price is a little bit higher than our other guy. Well, what if I throw in a back patio cleaning? What if I throw in the driveway? What if I thought, you know what I mean? Then you can start stacking the value, or you can say, okay, well, what if we did $50 off? So it's always value or price, or they're just trying to tell you to get away kindly. And that's why we don't really like door knocking. I really hate door knocking because I don't want somebody coming on knock on my door, and I don't go knock on other people's doors. So, any objection though is either price or value objection. How do you respond and get the job? Yeah. Jack, I own a cured meats and cheese business. Oh,
Is it
wow.
like, do you ship? Like, I put your website. I love cured meats and cheese.
Nice. And a nice Chianti. Petting dogs adds value to your company.
Yeah. You're building rapport. People like the fact that you're taking the time to, pet their cherished pet. If anybody comes to my house, don't pet Milo because he will bite you.
Milo and his dog body.
Yep.
I visited a commercial site, was upfront about being a solo startup and eager to work with him. After a thorough walkthrough, it looks like I'll land the $14,000 deal. Beautiful, man. Good work, Josh. Awesome. Josh is getting after it. And he's got a really good profile pic. Okay. You want to talk about separating yourself? You know what I mean? You got guys on here like Billy Bob, who we just got a B for, but Josh is he looks like a good guy, well put together. You know what I mean?
And I bet Billy Bob's a good guy too. I would have gone with double B's on my profile, but maybe YouTube doesn't do it.
Or double D's.
But Josh brings up an interesting point. I visited a commercial site, was upfront about being a solo startup and eager to work with him. After a thorough walkthrough, it looks like I'll land the $14,000 deal. That worked in his favor this time, but a lot of times people are going to run far and fast when you say, oh yeah, I've never done anything like this, or yeah, I just started, even if you're the most thorough, what you're doing, you've, mentally, physically, you can accomplish the task at hand, but just the idea that you haven't done something like this in the past is going to scare away a lot of people, because most people that are hiring at places like this, commercial sites, they're not the owner, they're not the boss, they're not the CEO, they are working for somebody else. And if they make a mistake by hiring some jackleg, then it's on them. And so they are very cognizant of who they hire. So I would just be cautious, Josh, in regards to offering too much information.
I think that's a great way to go. Oftentimes, the person who says the most in a negotiation usually loses it. So I would stay as little as possible. If you want to really control where the conversation goes, ask questions, right?
Yeah.
And figure out what their needs are.
And I do something that Justin gets so uncomfortable with.
No.
And it's the complete
this, Mike.
It's the complete opposite of me on lives where I'm just jibber jabbering, right? But when we are in constant negotiations with various companies and people for various things, and I will ask a question and just don't say anything, and it's uncomfortable and it's quiet, and I'm waiting for them to be the first one to talk. And yes,
Mike also likes to make crass remarks to people that we've just met and just talked to and insult their business partners. I mean, Mike, look, we don't want to get it.
I did it once.
That made me uncomfortable. That was really bad.
That one, I know it made you feel very uncomfortable.
Let's just say
I see that guy all the time.
That guy before. Wait, what?
I see that guy all the time. Not the little one, but the guy that we were on with.
Let's just say that deal didn't work out too well. So
it was never going to work out, and I knew that.
Mike called someone a little guy. You know what I mean?
A little person. And he wasn't, but
we're not going to get into it here. It's not the time or the place. No, but yes, anytime that there's space in an interaction, that's, hey, look, I used to do a lot of used car sales. You know what I mean? I used to do a lot of flipping cars, and in a negotiation, you got to be quiet. Sometimes people can't handle that. So, yeah, absolutely. Ask questions, be quiet, respond accordingly. Have you guys tried subscription-based services? I think what he's referring to is anytime you can build into your business model a way for you to make recurring revenue, I think that's the way to go. Also, you don't have to, okay, Mike. So for example, like a subscription service within pressure washing, it's difficult, right? Because the house only needs to be washed once a year. But go ahead, Mike.
So one of the things that we've done within Quote IQ is our email automation. And we've taken my email automation, my sequences, if you will, and we provide those to anybody that downloads Quote IQ and has that level of email automation in their tier. And we have that in there, and it's not automated, or it's not a subscription per se, but within the automation, it basically allows us to control the narrative of the relationship with that person. And then when the time does come, it's almost like a subscription. It's like, hey, are you ready to jump on the schedule again? It's been about a year. That's about as close. I mean, we do have customers that are like, hey, put me on the schedule for next year so I don't forget. And we do. We'll just schedule it out a year. But no, I mean, subscription is just like route work, right? Dumpster pads, windows, receiving areas. If you get into, servicing hoods, those are all subscription-based route work. So yeah, that's kind of what I think you might be talking about.
And it's a good thing to find, right? Consistent work within your business that you can rely on month over month.
Trash bin cleaning.
Especially in the times like in the winter months, right? When things slow down a lot. And that's another little tactic that Mike likes to utilize, is pushing some of that commercial work into the winter and then incentivizing it. And somebody who's really good at that is our buddy here, Todd Ketchow. Learn how to shrink wrap those pergolas and make even more money. I actually did a video with Todd on how he does shrink wrapping, how he prices it, the steps you need to take, all the different stuff. Great winter service. I'll probably do another video with him as well. But yeah, Todd's a killer, right?
Yeah. So. And Hefe Means Boss just commented that, yeah, that's why I said it, because I saw the recurring charge on the app. So yeah, we do have recurring stuff set up, and that's primarily for like lawn care guys, pest control guys, people that are servicing, consistently, or route work. But yeah, I mean, you could set a recurring up for every 12 months if you would like, if that's.
Very interesting question. If 50 Cent offered window cleaning, what would he charge?
I don't know. I hope it's a joke.
Hopefully more than 50 Cent. Dude, 50 Cent is a really smart businessman. He actually invested in vitamin water, and I think he sold it for like millions and millions of dollars. So shouts out to 50 if you're watching this. And he's also been shot like 9 times, I think. Okay, let's see. First to talk after giving a price loses. Completely agree. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to pick on this guy real quick. Aaron, the Aaron Show. Okay, Aaron, we appreciate you for hanging out. I need some info on starting my own power washing. First and foremost, this isn't the forum for us to give you everything you need to know. You're going to have to do that research on your own. Obviously, we're answering questions about pressure washing, but I would just say you need to go do some more research. You know what I mean? What do you think, Mike?
Yeah. I mean, we both create content multiple times a week and have for many years to answer those questions.
Right. And if you want a more concise answer to those questions, be sure to check out pwcourse.com, where we have all of our courses, right? So you get the how to wash course, which would be a great place to start. If I were you, I would definitely do that. How to stripe, another good place. How to build a soft wash system. We have everything here for you. Everything that you need to know in order to start your business, launch it, and make a ton of money with it. So also we have free videos on the internet, a lot of them. So I would say start there. To be successful in this business is simple, but not easy to do. Being persistent, consistent, follow up, asking for reviews, asking for referrals, and keeping a smile on your face. Absolutely, Patrick. There you go. So that's a good thing for Aaron to see as well, right? Mike, anything you want to add to this comment?
No, I think he nailed it. Good job, Patrick.
Okay, sweet. Let's see if we got anything else. When you get to a house, if you don't need the full length of hose, is it safe to leave the extra hose on the hose reel, or should you pull all the hose off the reel?
Well, that's why they make the little pins that go in and secure the hose reel so it doesn't back up. That's why you would take it all off. Like if you were to not secure the hose reel and the vibration and the fluctuation in pressure, it can wreak havoc on a hose reel, and it becomes a real big mess. So lock it down or pull it all off.
Beautiful. Gaming Fanatic says, do you have any Google Maps guys? Someone who can get me at the top of the area for a search
do.
in the map section. We do, actually. Yeah. Shoot us an email, support@quotaq.io, and we will hook you up. He said money. Where did he say? I'm in the Bronx area. My search guy isn't cutting it. So, yeah. Hit us up. Either that or join the class. We're going to be talking a lot about that. Kind of giving you the keys in a way. Now, if you want a guy to do it, then we have a guy that can do that as well. So support@quoteiq.io. Reach out to us. Let us know. Is it a good idea to approach businesses such as a doctor's office, banks, drive-thrus, and other commercial buildings that you notice have dirty entrances, sidewalks? How do you ask for the boss?
Walk in and say, hey, I noticed that your shit's dirty. Who's responsible for the maintenance? And usually it's the office manager. If you're talking about doctor's offices, a bank, it's going to be the manager of the bank. Drive-thrus, it's going to be the manager. Commercial buildings, everybody's got a different gatekeeper. And so you got to figure out who the gatekeeper is, how to get in front of them, and then present them with your offer. But yes, definitely go for it.
Boom. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yep. Another thing is, I don't know, Mike, I wasn't even listening to anything you were saying, but you got to be careful with the gatekeepers. I know you said something about gatekeepers. Dude, I've approached like tons of commercial facilities, and it's always like the front desk lady, like, oh yeah, the person's not in today. You guys like go into any place. If there's a front desk lady, I guarantee you whoever you need to talk to do the work is not in today. And they say, oh, can you leave us something? And you're like, yeah, here's my little flyer. And then they're like, oh, thank you so much. And then when you leave, they take that flyer and they crumple it up and throw it in the trash can. So my buddy Chris has a really good way of finding owners. And that's something that we're going to be talking about in the class. If you guys want to take it, starts on Tuesday. It's like some really high level information on how we find out who the business owner actually is, so we get straight to the source, right? We just go straight for the top. So obviously that probably didn't answer your question. Is it a good idea? Yes, obviously go in. If you could talk to somebody there that you could talk to about a price or something, that's a good way to go. You just will get hit with that person at the door, and they'll be like, oh, sorry, Janet does our stuff and she's not in today, she's sick, or like whatever the case may be. I've heard it too many times. We do annual services, house wash, 2 gutter cleanings, make it easy for us. We charge in the wintertime, November through January for next year. Absolutely. Absolutely great way to go. It's always good to give a discount too if they're going to go ahead and get on the schedule early, right? I'm doing a subscription style package for one large neighborhood near me because they have a red dust problem from a local plant. So they get touch-up work every month for a monthly plan they choose. Nice. Man, that sounds terrible to be breathing in. Can you imagine, like, if you had a red dust issue on your house, Mike? Like, what that means for your lungs?
That'd be terrible.
It's a good way to go, though. Hey, good recurring business. You know what I mean? I would just wear a respirator when you're over there.
Yep.
Mike, Justin, you guys are such a wealth of experience and successful info. Hard to find. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jack. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's great for fill-in or add-on days. Signed up about 55 homes. Oh, okay. Awesome, man. Yeah, so he's running a red dust cleaning for about 55 homes in the neighborhood. That's a really good conversion rate. I don't know how big that neighborhood is, but that's incredible. That is incredible. Let's see. The How to Wash course is a good start if you want everything in one place. Absolutely. We try to take away all the guessing, all of the searching on YouTube. People are like, oh, I'll just get all this information on YouTube. Well, will you? Like, it's 6 hours of on-site training, like with
and consolidated all in one place,
right?
For a fraction of the price of what it would take you to learn all of this, the time spent.
And if you guys missed it, earlier I had mentioned that Bright Power Wash actually uses it to train all of his employees. He lets them watch it, and
they actually have a test that they give to the guys after.
Yeah. 30. He said he's trained 30 employees without a wash. So if it's good enough for our buddy Bright, then it's good enough for.
Yeah, and then Justin said it sounded more like torture, that someone would have to listen to 6 hours of me talking about.
Can you guys imagine 6 hours of this guy right here, the G.I. Joe man in the flesh? You know what I mean?
Okay, hey, you're not reading your text at all.
That is heavy. Just kidding. Okay, sorry guys. It's hard to read a text in the Anyway. All right. Thank you. How do you guys keep track of how much a job takes, especially for new employees, to see how long it takes them to get the job done? Okay, so like a timer for jobs, right, Mike?
Yeah.
How do we
We've
keep
never
track of
used-
how long jobs take?
I've never done that. Like not,
Okay.
we've got GPS in all of the trucks, so I know what time they get there and I know what time they leave. But unless it's excessive, I'm not going to be micromanaging.
Okay. We're going to wrap here, you guys, because this feels like a really good place to wrap. Obviously, as you can see in Mike's face, he's getting a little perturbed. I'm just kidding. If you guys
I got to pick up my daughter from volleyball.
If you guys want to spend 8 weeks with me and Mike, we're going to go through your business, dig through it, figure out where the holes are, figure out where that glass ceiling is that you're kind of running up against. If you're, if you're spending money in places that you don't really want to be spending money in, if lead flow is sporadic, you need to check it out. It's going to be the first link in the comment section description, and it's going to be really good for the people that join in.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, Mike?
No, I mean, I'm super excited. If you're interested in getting in on this class, make it happen. There is a link down below. So, fill out the form. We'll vet it, make sure that you guys, if you qualify and it makes sense for everybody, we'll give you a call.
Excellent. Okay, Mike, word of the day before we go?
I don't know. Red dust.
Okay, red dust. If you guys made this part of the video, comment down below, red dust, and I'll hashtag your rule. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. Until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.